He knows. Thomas knows I wouldn't do anything to try to hurt him, and when he wakes up, he's gonna tell Ridge that.
Look, my experience is that it is not safe to assume what Thomas will say or do.
Honey, it didn't look like he was trying to apologize. It looked more like he was...
Hey, so Ridge is still just trying to get answers from the doctor. Well, it looks more like what?
What Thomas was doing to Hope. It just looked like she was in trouble.
She was in trouble.
I know, but Hope says...
We gotta stop giving this guy the benefit of the doubt. The fact of the matter is Thomas was not safe to be around. I mean, is he even unconscious right now? Or is he just doing whatever he can not to face the music?
Yeah, I think the doctor would be able to tell that.
The doctor doesn't know who he's dealing with. We do.
I hope you never have to sit at a dirty table in a windowless jail and wonder if your only child will ever see the light of day again.
I don't foresee that happening.
You think I did?
Are you saying that you thought she would get away with it?
Quinn, I am so ashamed to come begging. I have nobody else to turn to. Do you have any idea what that's like? You're a Forrester. You're the only one in that family that knows the real Flo.
Do I? I mean, come on, Shauna. I have been in some tough spots in my life, but to steal another woman's baby and try and sell it?
That's not what Flo did. At all.
Could there be some mistake? The only visitor I'd have is my mom, and she already came.
Thank you, Deputy. I won't be too long here. Thought you'd make bail. Your mother said...
No, she likes to talk like she has money. It's a little tricky learning in Vegas.
You learn a lot about bluffing in my business, too.
You won't have to deal with that with me.
I'm glad. A little cooperation do us both a world of good.
I never laid eyes on this Dr. Buckingham. But Flo was the victim, just like Eric's granddaughter was.
You gotta stop right there. I have been trying to withhold judgment. I need details. I need specifics. What you and Flo knew, and when.
Miss Fulton, we still don't have an attorney or record for you. Your mother insisted we couldn't question you without one.
She wants to protect me, but I'm not a minor, I'm an adult. I'm fine with a court-appointed attorney. And in the meantime, you can question me about whatever you want. A lawyer being here is not going to change my answers.
Should we do something about this? No. There's no love lost between those two, that's for sure. But I don't see the difference of him standing in there or standing out here. Oh, what did the doctor say?
He's gonna tell me when he has news, good or bad. Where's Liam?
He's in with Thomas.
And you thought that was a good idea?
I wonder how many broken bones you have. I bet radiology is still counting. Pretty amazing you survived. Because your death, it would be a tragedy for a number of people. But I'm not one of them.
It's terrible. That's all I know. I swear I am telling you the truth. But if you don't trust me, I don't know what good swearing is at this point.
Did you know all of this when you first came to LA?
Absolutely not. Flo called me in Vegas to tell me two things. That she reconnected with Wyatt and that he found his father and that she wanted to know more about hers. So I shut that down fast. Days went by and I couldn't get it out of my head, so I wanted to come and check on her. And I knew you were here in LA, which was another incentive.
When did you find out the rest?
When we found out Storm Logan was her father. Hope said something about her giving up a baby, and I knew that wasn't true. I've never gone 9 months without seeing my daughter.
So you cornered her and you made her fess up.
I did. I had it ringing in my ear that she was a Logan and that she should embrace this opportunity. I mean, even you said that, Quinn. And I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm sorry. I thought I did what was best for my daughter. Can you honestly say that you wouldn't have done the same thing?
Detective Alex Sanchez interviewing Florence Fulton. Can you tell me at what point did you realize that what Reese Buckingham was asking of you wasn't just an innocent favor?
When I saw the birth certificate, well, I mean, it was really official looking. And it said that I gave birth at some medical center in Las Vegas on some date and was cared for by some doctor that I'd never met. And it was all lies, obviously. Same lie I've been telling, only it was right there, all detailed in black and white. And there were some other papers that he had there too. I don't remember how many.
Did Dr. Buckingham tell you where he got the forged documents from?
He said it was better if I didn't know. And at the time, I was so shocked because I had just gotten the story out of him about where the baby really came from, and I just dropped it. I didn't even know who Hope was then. I didn't know anything about her, let alone that we were blood relatives.
Are you aware that there's an underground market for these fraudulent legal and medical documents? We have an ongoing investigation that maybe you could help us with, if you're willing.
What have I got to lose?
Can you hear me, Thomas? Well, I guess I wouldn't want to wake up either if I were you. First you drive Emma Barber off Mulholland, and then Karma pushes you off a cliff of your own. I just really hope the law is not done with you yet. You know, it's a shame that there isn't a law against using a woman's broken heart to fill your bed. Or getting an innocent child to help you do it.
That's gotta make you feel powerful. Trash talking some guy who can't defend himself.
It's kind of the opposite, actually. I know he's not gonna pay for what he did. I'm sure you and all your money will see to that.
You shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I know.
Liam?
Yeah.
I'm really, really sorry for what he put you through. And he will face the consequences. But you're right. I'm only gonna let him fall so far. But not because he's my son. Because of something that you couldn't possibly understand. You've never loved anyone deeply enough to stand by them, to support them, to forgive them. Not even for something as awful as what my child did to you.
If you're asking if I would do anything in my power to save my son from the consequences of a horrific mistake, of course I would. But being part of a plot to steal a newborn child is not a mistake he would make.
Flo didn't know.
Until she did. I tried to believe that there was more to this story. I even defended her to Eric and the family, but after hearing everything you just said, I can't do that anymore. And on top of all of that, you knew all of this shortly after you walked through that door and gave me the world's biggest hug. That's why I'm so hurt. That's why I'm so angry. Apart from my son and my husband, I have never felt closer to any human being on this planet than I have to you. And that's never gonna happen for me again because I'm not a person who makes friends. But what Flo did, what you did by covering up for her, was an attack on my family. It was an attack on my husband's granddaughter. It was an attack on Wyatt by Flo, day in and day out. It was an attack on me by you, Shauna. How could you have possibly accepted my invitation to live in my home knowing what you knew? And now you're calling on our friendship so that I can help you? Where was our friendship then? After all these years, did you just see my new surroundings and you just saw dollar signs?
Quinn.
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But after hearing everything you just confessed, Flo can't expect my help. And neither can you.
And it never occurred to you to come forward right away?
Of course it did. Every day.
You didn't because...
Because suddenly I had a lot to lose. Which, obviously, I did lose all of it. And everything I had before even coming to LA. You know, it's kind of ironic. This is exactly what bad gamblers do. They get so obsessed with the idea of winning that they end up losing the stake that they walked in with in the first place.
Were you advised not to come forward?
Look, I'm not going to incriminate anyone else. You're going to have to do that digging on your own. With one exception. I told everything to someone once, and it felt so good to finally say it out loud. Unfortunately, I chose the wrong person to tell it to. Thomas Forrester didn't want the truth to come out. And he made threats about what would happen to me if I didn't keep my mouth shut.
This is new information.
You never asked.
Excuse me. Detective Sanchez, what's up, Chief? Somebody there to brief me? Okay, I'm on it. Sorry. Gonna have to continue this later. Thank you.
I'm sorry about what I said.
I just drop. No, you know what? No, that's not dropping. My son is in there fighting for his life. You gotta call him violent? Where's that coming from?
I know. Rich, I said I'm sorry. It's just there's an unstoppable instinct that happens when you feel like your child is being threatened.
Yeah, I'm picking up on that.
I'd like to go in there and sit with him for a while, if that's okay.
Yeah. Maybe respond to you.
Father may never be able to forgive me. I wonder if I'll ever be able to forgive you.
7204.
Can I get you something? Coffee, maybe something from the vending machine? Rich, my mom, she didn't know.
She didn't know because she didn't take the time to find out what was going on.
Do you really think that's fair? When we all know, you included, that Thomas's motives aren't always good. I mean, we don't know what would have happened if she didn't show up when she did.
So throwing my son off a cliff makes her a hero now?
I think it's a matter of love gone wrong. She loves me. And she loves you. She would never, ever deliberately harm your son. I mean, you must know that about her.
You thought you could trick Hope into marriage? As long as she didn't know that her little girl was alive? Why wouldn't I think that Hope was in danger when she was with you? I didn't want this, Thomas. I didn't want you to end up in some hospital bed. You wouldn't have if you told us the truth about Beth.
Heard about your son's fall. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
You're all witnesses, I take it?
No, I'm not.
He wasn't there till afterwards, and Rich was there right as Thomas fell.
Yeah, I'm a witness.
So what happened exactly?
It's just like you said, he fell.
Asking how. You weren't there.
Well, Thomas and I were in the middle of a discussion.
With you and your mother?
No, just with me.
I imagine emotions were running high. I'm told that he knew that your daughter was alive and kept it from you.
He did.
Did that make you unhappy, Mrs. Forster?
Yes. Wouldn't that make you unhappy?
So, this discussion that you were having, was it hostile?
Well, I know that I was afraid,
Yet he's the one that fell.
but I didn't know what he wanted.
Until he told you.
Yes, he tried to apologize.
So what, too little, too late?
Okay, can we stop? You're putting words in her mouth now.
Yeah, but nobody's saying much here. I mean, I would think in a time of a crisis like this that, you'd have a lot of questions. Like, how did survivors of previous accidents like this fare? Was the fence at the Malibu house built to code? Would the homeowner be held responsible for this? No offense intended, but you guys sound like a bunch of people with a secret. Mr. Forster, could somebody be angry enough at your son to help him off the cliff?